Well, I had to take a beat after the World Cup, but I'm back. So let's get to what has been happening around the world in other news. By around the world, I actually mean Kenya because a lot has been happening in Kenya. Well, let's go. My name is Bryson Kai. So, as the more perceptive of you probably realize by now, we're in hell, and Ruto must go in case you forgot. We kick things off with a rally that has stirred a lot of emotions. The Linda Mwananchi faction made its way to Trans Nzoia and Bungoma, respectively, pun intended. And to many people's surprise, the politicians were the ones getting the handouts this time. Sifuna and his team did what even Raila was unable to do. If you think about it, Jesus started the handouts culture thing when he fed the 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves. And just like Kenyans, no one really asked about where the food was from. That, my friends, ndio ni God ilianzia. Kasmuel had this to say about the crowd Sifuna was drawing, and somehow forgets that the last time he drew a crowd, watu walikuwa wamemchorea. Salasia, drawing a crowd doesn't mean literally kuchora kwa kitabu. Before the rally, Linda Mwananchi set up a Paybill for people to help fund their campaign. A noble gesture that was met terribly with government MPs turned bloggers like Jalas saying this.
Nasikia Mheshimiwa Sakaja anapiga hesabu, anasema CHP 7,000 na pikipiki ni 200,000 kwa hesabu ya haraka, hiyo ni 1.4 billion. Hiyo ni pesa inaweza shinda William? Itashinda William? Kwani William lazima weke Paybill ndio pesa ifike? Si watu wa Paybill mnawajua? Si yake iko. Wacha watu wa Paybill waendelee.
Pretty strong words coming from a guy who did this during his campaign for Langata MP.
For reference, now, for the first time, I've done something I've never done before. I've got myself a till number. Jalas has a till number for you to support. Whichever you can. You can buy me a t-shirt. A t-shirt is like $250. You can buy me a cake for $200. Even 1 or 2, whatever you can. Put it on the till number. I repeat, it's a till number. You know, I'm used to raising...
In a forum, former president, MustGo reminded us Kenyans that he promised to transform the healthcare sector if given the opportunity. Well, what he didn't say was how, and in all honesty, he has transformed it from barely working to not working at all. Here's what Joachim Simiyu had to say about SHA a while back.
SHA works when you are depositing money. It never fails. Lakini ukitafuta services at the system sijui nini imekwama. Why should a system we built with 100 billion fail to guarantee health care?
Sifuna, recently on The Explainer, explained, because he's a clever person, Ruto believes that the success of SHA is the number of people registered, not the success of the services it provides. Talking about healthcare, the self-proclaimed Fisi connoisseur and expert CS Aden Duale played the kickback card in Kenyan poker when he was called to task about his hyena remarks, saying he would only appear before the NCIC if Gachagua was summoned as well.
Meanwhile, Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale says he will not apologize or cede ground on controversial anti-Kikuyu remarks he made that prompted an NCIC investigation. The Health Cabinet Secretary, who spoke in Sarare Saku constituency, said other leaders had committed greater offences. He spoke as a section of leaders expressed concern and rebuked him for what they describe as a pattern of making reckless statements without regard for their potential impact on Kenya's security and national unity.
NCIC chairperson Kefa Omai said that they can't prosecute CS Aden Duale because they do not know whether the video or clip that was shared was AI generated. Well, I would like to agree with them, but we'd both be wrong. That clip is as the AI generated photos from the Bungoma and Kitale rally, as Cherargei claimed.
Firstly, let me say, before we carry out any investigation, it's important for Kenyans to know there has to be complaints. You don't go out there and begin to act on a TikTok clip which has been sent. I've said that before. We are an institution that believes in the due process, believe in the law and the procedures that we have as a commission. So until someone raises a formal complaint, especially from our people, it puts us in a very awkward place because we don't know whether the clip that has been sent is AI generated.
On to serious matters. The Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, says that the Kenya debt has hit 12.82 trillion, just about the money that Chelsea has used to buy that guy. 60% domestic and 40% foreign. And no, not that kind of foreign you're thinking about, but I wouldn't blame you if you thought so, because this government is definitely high on something, and whatever it is, wanafaa waizime ASAP, kama nyongi ya jana. In other news, someone at the Standard took a joke too far when they published this. The Standard are the embodiment of the mgema akisifiwa tembo litia maji because they were on a roll, right? But they decided to audition for Churchill's show instead. I know that joke itapita watu wengi, lakini haitapita nziges. They have since apologized though. Lastly, in true MustGo fashion, if insecurity was a person, Raymond, the president held a State of the Nation where he discovered after 4 years and only a year to the elections that we have a constitution.
How can you suddenly become very clever? Sudden, umekuwa very clever. Wewe ndio unaweza kila kitu. Wapi? No, please.
And yet, sisi ndio wenda wazimu. Here's what he had to say.
Tonight, I invite every Kenyan to what I believe will become the most consequential national conversation since the adoption of our Constitution in 2010. A national conversation about Kenya's development charter. This is a national undertaking about the future of our republic.
Anyway, guys, how I wish I would be able to do this segments or updates every day. But if wishes were horses, Sifuna would be president and MustGo would be at The Hague right now. Or whatever they say. I know it's like some sort of saying. Anyway, so much news, so little time. That's all for today. Bye-bye.